Hey guys, it's Chideramichelle and thank you for clicking on this video. For today, I'm going to be discussing colorism in the industry. If you want to know what my thoughts on colorism in the industry and if it's getting worse or not, keep watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment your thoughts below. Alright? Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. Let's get started. So, like a month ago, I think that King of Reeds, Justin J, posted quoted a tweet that I saw of a picture of this TV show. I forgot the name of the TV show. I think I'm going to have to figure out where that tweet is. I'm going to know where that tweet is. But he said, I for sure think that colorism is so bright. I for sure think that colorism is getting worse, basically, is what he said, in television and in movies. And in reflecting on the new shows coming out on Netflix and the new black shows coming out, I am always looking for representation of myself, a dark-skinned black woman, on TV and in movies. I'm constantly looking for it. I want to see it. I crave it. I miss it. And I think that this is the perfect conversation for me because I love old TV shows and I love old movies. I'm an old soul. I love old music. I love old everything. Like, I should have been born in 1950. I think that would have been the perfect era for me. Or 1960, whatever. But I think that the reason that I gravitate towards that type of industry or era is because I saw myself in those shows. Like, one of my favorite TV shows was The Cosby Show. And my favorite character was Rudy because I saw myself in her. I was a young black girl with natural hair, well, not natural hair, with thick hair, and I just saw myself in Rudy. She was the youngest. Like, it just made sense for me. And after that, I gravitated towards, Martin. I gravitated towards Fresh Prince. I gravitated towards A Different World and all those other shows. But nowadays, with me being so invested in looking at different TV shows and looking at different films, because that's eventually the field that I want to be in, I'm noticing a pattern that has been here since the beginning of black people on TV and in movies. But recently, with Justin posing this question, it made me really think, is it getting worse? I think that it kind of is. With, there was an influx of TV shows recently in the last couple of years because, as you know, like in the 2000s, like mid to later 2000s, there was a writer's strike. And so most of the TV shows of that time were canceled, like The Office and Girlfriends. So we didn't really get to see an ending to many shows. And also, they didn't really want to bring them back because there was no writers. And how were we going to get sad writers to write these TV shows? So recently, after, I would say in the last 3 years, with Insecure being on, my favorite show, I think that black directors, black writers, black cinematographers have been coming back, and it's been kind of like a mini revolution of sorts, where a lot of black creatives are getting their go in Hollywood. You have Lena Waithe, you have Issa Rae, and Ava DuVernay, and they're creating these beautiful stories and these beautiful TV shows that I absolutely love. But then you have some of them who are not. See, what I see is that there is a type of person and a type of TV show that's being made for the type of person who's creating the show. Does that make sense? I'm saying something without saying something at all, I gotta keep, yeah. So, in the recent patterns that I've seen, especially on the streaming services like Hulu and Netflix, I've seen the representation of black women be switched, morphed, changed completely 100%. It's completely different. As you all know, there's a lot of TV shows coming on Netflix. Love Netflix, but I would like to see more black women, black girls with dark skin and natural hair that look like me on TV. And I'm not seeing it. And the reason I notice it is because social media talks, Twitter people have a lot to say. And I am the type that reads and observes, and from what I've observed and what I've seen in the history of black women on TV shows, I would say that black women's representation has gotten less and less, and it's gotten worse in terms of the image of black women, dark-skinned black women, the lack of our presence in these shows, even as extras, even as secondary characters. We are not there. I want to see us. I want to see us in these shows. And I think that I have like an idea of when it really started changing. We had the token black women who were in every show. They were in every show. They were in every movie. It was a lot more in the 90s and the 2000s than it was now. Back in the 90s, we had the Nia Longs, we had the Jada Pinkett's, we had the Sanaa Lathans, we had the Gabrielle Unions of that time. And slowly but surely, it went from like 10 token women to 5 token women to 2 token women. Right now, like Viola Davis's show just ended, How to Get Away with Murder. It's gone. It's over. Who's gonna make another show with a older dark-skinned woman with natural hair, who has natural short hair, who is chocolate? Who's gonna make the other show? And if they are gonna make that show, who's gonna make it a positive representation of us in all ages, in all sizes, in our shade? Who's gonna do that? Who's gonna do it? We had Scandal. Scandal's canceled. It's gone. Are we gonna get another show like that with a brown skinned woman who is a smart lawyer, who had it all and was layered? We had Gabrielle Union. We had Being Mary Jane. When are we gonna get another show like that? It comes a lot. It's a lot more rare nowadays to get to see shows where the main cast of black women is not just one dark-skinned woman and everybody else looks like that tart shade range that we saw a couple years ago. That was problematic. Like, are we ever going to see that? And it's sad because it's just like, I crave it. And I know that other black women who are 20 years old, who are 15, who are 10, who are freaking 25, who are 30, who are 40 are looking for it too. It's just like, where did it go? Where did it go? And not only where did it go, when will it get better? Because, yes, we did have more representation in the 90s, but it still wasn't 100% positive. Pam was still roasted every episode of Martin. They replaced Aunt Viv, who was the complete opposite in terms of characteristics to her. When are we going to get the Moeshas? When are we going to get a show with a dark-skinned girl who was going through puberty and is just going through life? You know, we had the Moeshas, we had the Parkers, we had it. And when are we going to get it back? Right now, what shows am I watching right now? I went from watching Grownish, which Grownish has its own problems with its black women on its show. People are observing things, people are noticing things about these shows. And if the people who are running them, the people who are doing them, people who are behind the scenes don't want to address it and want to pretend like the problem isn't there, then it's never going to change. We need to start from the top. We got to go from the top down. Because us on Twitter talking about it every episode that we see these shows, or every time we see an announcement of a new show that has black men in it, and they all look the same. They all look like they all look multiracial, biracial. None of them look like just a regular old dark-skinned black girl with curly hair who could be from anywhere. She could be from New York. She could be from Houston. She could be from LA. She could be from anywhere. Right now we only got one show, and that's Insecure. And I love Insecure. And I'm amazed at the ability that black women in Hollywood are able to take what they have and know that they have a lot on their shoulders. Issa Rae, Ava DuVernay, Shonda Rhimes, they got a lot of pressure on them because they got a lot of people depending on them because it's only 3 of them. Maybe there's more. I'm missing some. Lena Waithe, Halle Berry. Their producers, Nia Long is a producer. We're missing it. It's not there, and we need it, because what are we gonna keep doing? We're gonna keep changing the image of black womanhood, and we're black women are completely being erased from their own race, from their own shows, from their own stories, and accountability is not being taken for these problems and for these stories that are being switched, changed, twisted, turned around. Where's the accountability at? Where is the person who was like, you know what, I see the problem and I'm gonna fix it? Where is that? The gatekeepers. Where are the gatekeepers at? You know, where are they to say, hey, black women come in different shades, and we're only showcasing one. We need to be showcasing all of them, especially dark-skinned black women, because little black girls are watching these shows and they don't see themselves. So they got to keep watching the Cosby Show from 1980 to get a little bit of representation of what they think black womanhood and black girlhood is supposed to be like. How am I supposed to learn about black girlhood from the 1980s? Times have changed, not a lot, because we're still not getting representation, and it's getting worse than it was before. And whenever we have these discussions on social media, especially about colorism, and especially about the blatant erasure of black women in TV shows and in movies, the conversation is always gaslit. And it's always ignored. It's either gaslit or it's ignored. People pretend to have cognitive dissonance about the conversations because they think they're made up, even though they know they're not made up. These stories are not made up. These dynamics are not made up. It's true. It's real. It's here. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. And it's not just going to affect black women. It's also going to affect black men. Black men are getting erased too. You getting erased? I'm getting erased. We getting erased. We getting scribbled out of that story. Sooner or later, we're not gonna see who's gonna represent us. Who's gonna represent us in these TV shows and in these movies? And if we just pretend and sit back like it's not real and like everything is just made up and we should just ignore it because you love the women that are on these shows, it's an uphill battle, man. And these gatekeepers, they got to be held accountable. We got to keep having a conversation. As much as it annoys them, they're still going to put these shows out. And we always go complain. Because we always need to complain. We're not about to sit here and just be silent about us not seeing ourselves. So watch Insecure. Watch Greenleaf. Watch When They See Us. Watch all these shows. Watch Boomerang. You know, watch 20s. Watch The Shy. Watch them. Because as long as they don't know that we want this, they're not going to get it done. The gatekeepers are not going to know. We need to tell them. We need to keep our foot in their necks. They need to know. And I'm sure they know. But if they not, it's going to take us to make the shit happen ourselves. Which is what we've been doing. Shout out to the black women in Hollywood who are making it happen, even when people behind the scenes don't believe in them and don't believe in their stories being told, because the stories need to be told. And guess what? Insecure is like what, the #1 show on HBO? For a reason. Hello? Please. Let's be honest. We getting that bag. Come on. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be addressed. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you later.